As you can see, this stuff has gone into a right mess. Now normally I'd use pruners to cut this back, but I haven't got them, so today I'd just be using a little knife, and all I'm doing is getting this stuff out of our way. Just so that we're able to lift them up. And you know, it's not hard work. Now, these can all be composted, which is what they will be here. They tend to go a bit mushy in the this one's already up, so I don't know what's in the ground. Don't know what's going on there. Okay, so we're just going to cut back some of these just to get them out of our way. This one's lifted as well, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. It looks like something's been having a dig around, guys. So this will just enable us to see what we're doing here. It's forecast a load of rain. Now it's a couple of days later, it's the 26th today. After we had, you know, the 26th of November, we had that frost, I think, on the 23rd. But something came up and I couldn't get up yet. But it's not a problem. Like I said, the idea is you wait until the frost kills them off. Now, there's been some good chats on our Facebook group with regards to these things. Seems loads of people are getting some really good crops of them this year. So I'm hoping we don't disappoint here. Now, we've got quite a lot of these growing. I had them spare and I had some spare room, so we put them in. We may even end up doing a small little giveaway with some of these later on into the season, into the winter season, you know. That's providing we get as good a crop as we did with the artichokes. Nearly there, guys. There we are. So as you can see, it's quite a bit of mess that we can compost down. So we're going to dig out this one here. We're just going to have a little look. And they are looking quite good. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, let's shovel all that down out of the way. Why work hard in it? So we got these, and some of the discussion that we had with these was, you know, what do they taste like, how do you cook them and stuff. These can be eaten raw or, you know, in salads, things like that, grated up in salads and what have you. Look at there. We've got some smaller ones as well. But they can also be roasted as well, guys. So you know, they make a great crop for things like that. We've got quite a few going on here. What we need to do is shake them out. They're not as big as I would have liked, some of them, but that's neither here nor there. We'll maybe this is just not the best of plants, this one, but you know, they're coming out okay. That's a big one. And if you grate these into salads, they've got a lemon tang about them, so they really lift the salad up. But again, like I said, roasting them is also really nice as well. Look at that one. It's a nice one there again. So there's plenty on you, guys. In fact, they're not a bad little size for roasting, actually. The real small ones I'm not going to bother too much with. They'll just end up as feed for the chickens. But you do really have to dig through, otherwise you'll keep getting them back here on your... And a prime example is where we grew them last year. We've still got a few. I thought I dug out every single one, but we've still got a few coming up there. Now, like I said, this particular one wasn't very big. So I'm going to go through this bed in a bit and make sure they're all dug out of there. But I want to lift another just to have a look how they are going on. So I think we'll lift this one here. Oh, these ones are looking a bit better. That's more like it. I don't know whether, because this one here that was originally here was seems to have been dug out like this one on the end here. So I think something might have been having a go with them. But we've got some decent sized ones in this one anyway, look. And they're coming out nice and clean. For those of you who haven't tried these before, I suggest putting a couple in the ground and trying them because they are really nice. And one thing about an allotment is that you should be growing things that, especially if you're limited on space, you should be growing things that you can, you know, cost a lot of money in the shops and things like that. Get the most out of the land you're actually growing in. Ock are quite hard to get hold of in the stores, and when you do get hold of them, they are really expensive. Look at him. Right, let's have a look here. Look at it. So we're having loads off this one as well, so we're looking alright. So between the two beds, I think we're going to have more than enough to send off to folks to eat for ourselves and everything else. So but again, the Ocker tuber is quite expensive to buy. So you know, and you get so many out of them. Look at them. They just keep coming, guys. And you can bet, as I dig through this, there's going to be tons and tons and tons in here. So there's some there. Don't know if you can make them out. Some nice size ockers. See if I can clean them up a bit for you. This soil's a bit wet. But that's it, guys. Ocker. Not to be confused with okra. This is ocker, which is OCA. And they're a nice little tuber. That's the inside of them. Nice little yellow and very lemony in taste. In fact, let me see if I can give this one a taste. Yeah, really good. And they're quite nice just eaten like that, rather than just put in a salad as well. So for those of you who are partial to biscuits and things like that, or chocolate eaters and things like that, after Christmas, don't do it before, but after Christmas, everybody's going on diets and stuff like that. Something like this would be perfect just to take that sort of hunger thing away. It's good sort of quality foods. So that's it for this episode, guys. I hope it showed you exactly what it is you need to be looking at when growing these things. And they're not hard work. You put them in the ground, water them like anything else, and give them the occasional feed, and you get a really good harvest out of them. Like I said, that's 2 plants worth there. We've got a whole 8x4 bed here. I've got another bed up there. All you need to do is be mindful that you wait for that first frost to actually kill the top growth off and turn it to a mush. It can all be composted, which is what will happen with that. And and you're winning then, and you get some really strange vegetables that you wouldn't be able to pick up in the shop, especially your local supermarkets where they are limited in their ranges, and they keep really well. To store them, just some damp. Same with the Jerusalem artichokes, because we were asked that question in the last video. Just get some damp soil in the bottom of a bucket, lay them out nice and flat, and then some more damp soil over the top of them, okay? And what that will do, the moisture in the soil will stop the tubers from actually losing their moisture and shriveling up. It'll stop them going soft. So that's all it is to it. And then just keep laying it up like a lasagna until the bucket is full. Store it in a nice, cool, frost-free place, somewhere dark. Sort of under staging in a greenhouse or in a shed or something like that is perfect. Or even, if you've got a garage or something like that. Don't put them somewhere warm because they'll just start sprouting. And then next year, we've got some of these. These were grown from our last year's ones, and all we had to do was literally dig a hole, chuck it in, and leave it to it. Just give yourself time. Make sure there is no frost due when you do plant them out, okay? Because as soon as those heads come up through the surface, any frost at all will kill them off, and it will check any growth. They may come back, but what will happen is the plants will not be as robust as they would have been. So I hope this episode was of use to you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.